Hi. Hi, I'm back. My hair is shorter. I kept cutting it. I couldn't help myself. Jane Matthews, who teaches the class, is very correct in that haircutting is addictive. And I really enjoyed the process. And you just kind of zhuzh. You just keep zhuzhing. And that's how you end up with a little pixie. Because one side is lopsided and one side is wonky, and you know, you just are like, oh, this is a little floppy, and oh, this, and then you try to even it out, and then you get here. I love it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It is shorter from the last video because I just keep cutting it. I'm really happy with it now, and I honestly don't want to take off anymore, so we're just gonna let it be. It's been fun. It's been another fun creative expression, learning to cut your own hair. If you have somehow stumbled here onto YouTube and found my channel, welcome. My name is Kate. My dog is Brooklyn. I'm an artist and an adventurer. I like to make stuff. I am gonna be making videos, a lot of different kind of videos across the board. These kind of outdoor processing vlogs. I call it outdoor processing because I can never remember the word external, and processing things out loud really helps me, and I know it helps a lot of my friends, so it's just something I do. I make videos about my art, about projects I'm working on, adventure videos. I have a few things planned this year that I'm really excited about. I put out a few videos and then just kind of took 2 weeks off. I've been spending a lot of time working on behind the scenes stuff. I built my website, which is live, which is very exciting. The link will be in the description below. I've also just been working on some artistic projects that have been really filling me up with a lot of joy. This art journal being one of them. I took Megan Quinlan's Journal into Your Art class. I will also link that in the description below because it was such a joy of a class to take. I enjoyed it so much. I'm so in love with my art journal. So I've been working on that a little bit every day. I got a few new tarot decks that I've been exploring. I knit my own sweater. This sweater right here, this sweater behind me. This is the first sweater I've ever knit, and it's really exciting. I need to tie in, I need to tie in the edges. All the ends have little bits, but I just need to, tie those bad boys in. But then I have my very own sweater that I knit, and it took me 3 weeks. I was knitting my little heart out. Replaced doom scrolling with knitting, and turns out much more productive and better for my mental health. My knitting project is all done outside of weaving in those ends. My art journal is just kind of continuously ongoing. I wanted to take some time to learn some more mixed media techniques, and I've just been kind of slowly adding to my pages. So the way that the book starts is just like, the original pages that you make with stencils and acrylic paint, and then you add designs to it, and then you write into it. It's just been a really fun project to work on. I wanted to create a journal that kind of was a representation on how I feel creatively right now, as opposed to just like writing in a journal that I made 5 years ago. This just feels like me. This is my favorite with the little mushrooms. This is my favorite page so far. And then I'll eventually write in it. I've been really loving that. Knitting project was so fun. I love this sweater so much. I'm in love with the yarn I used, and it really makes me want to make all my own clothes. I see in my very near future buying a sewing machine and starting to learn how to sew clothes, because I just love anything I can make with my hands, and working with fabric and textiles I think would be really fun. So that is on the docket of things to learn as well. So other than that, I've been brainstorming a newsletter that I want to start. But what I realized over the first 6 weeks of videos was that I was kind of white knuckling the process. It was taking up all of my time and all of my energy and all of my focus. I really enjoyed making those first 6 videos. It was taking up literally all of my time. Any time that I wasn't doing regular life things like making food for myself or walking Brooklyn, I was spending making those videos. So a lot of other normal things just got neglected. That's why I haven't made videos in the last couple weeks. The first week was just like a reset. I needed to rest a little bit. But the second week I was like, I still don't really know what I want to say. So I just took another week off because I can make the rules here on my channel. I also, like, the last 2 weeks have just been kind of in my house. We had a week of winter last week in Colorado. It was really cold and snowy, so I wasn't outside very much, and I literally have just been sitting in front of my computer building my website and art journaling and washing dishes and doing laundry. So the last 2 weeks for me haven't been particularly exciting anyway. I was afraid to take time off because I didn't want to lose momentum and I wanted to stay consistent. But I feel like I just had this like death grip on YouTube and I didn't want to let go. And the first few weeks, the videos really came easily to me. I've put this pressure on myself to have these like perfectly cinematic vlogs every week, which is just unrealistic. But I put so much pressure on myself, as I am wont to do regularly. You know, and I'm still finding my style and finding what works for me here on this platform. I feel like each video has to have real meaning and real gravitas to it for it to mean something. But again, that's just so much pressure and perfectionism that just swirl around in my brain and really aren't helping me create what I want to create. Like so many of us, I get really caught up in the do something all the time, in that productivity trap of just doing and output and what can I make and how can I be productive and how can I optimize my day. And quite honestly, it's exhausting. We aren't machines. We aren't made to do all the time. Regardless of all the messaging we get about hustle culture and working hard, the amount of videos and articles I've come across on the internet that are all about optimizing your time, how to optimize your day, what's the most successful routine of the most successful person on earth, and all of these productivity apps so that you can jam more into your day. And sometimes it feels like every day is just a to-do list that gets longer and longer and longer until we die. And you're just checking things off your to-do list until you die. But I don't want my life to be this endless task list that just gets bigger and longer every day and that needs to be optimized for time hacks and habit stacking. Some of those things can be really helpful to get things done and to set goals for yourself and to move towards those goals, the things that you want to do. This constant need for information and optimizing my day is something to look at, because I've noticed I've been really tired the last 2 weeks. Even though my output hasn't been as much, I haven't been making videos, I've been mostly on my computer, and I don't feel rested when I wake up in the morning. I still just kind of feel drained, and I have a sneaky feeling it's because my brain is in overdrive, because I'm constantly trying to think about what's next, what do I need to do, what didn't I get done today, how do I make time for my creativity, how do I build my business, what do I need to add to my shop, I need to make books, I need to do this, I need to do that. I'm just constantly focused on producing and productivity and output. I can't be outputting all the time. I need to recharge. I started a new audiobook and it's called I Didn't Do the Thing Today, Letting Go of Productivity Guilt by Madeline Dorr. And it's like a breath of fresh air. Early on in the book, she says, our days don't need to be optimized, but simply occupied. That is, lived in, tended to, renewed. And I love this concept so much. What if I started thinking about my day as something to be tended to, instead of thinking about what do I need to do? Instead of feeling like I'm on this hamster wheel and I'm never doing enough, I never have enough time. I'm never productive enough, not getting enough done in a day. There will always be more to do, but maybe a little more gentle nudging of tending to my day instead of white knuckling it, trying to do more. Just a thought. And plans for the next few months anyway. Got a platform installed in the back of my car this last week, and it got me really excited for adventures and car camping this summer. I'll link the company. It's Colfax Campers, but I'll link them down below as well if you're interested in looking into them. They were great to work with. The turnaround time was around 3 weeks at this point. And it's really good quality. It's a really good price point. I'll do a separate video later on showing the platform and my whole kind of car camping setup, because I've made some adjustments this year to just make my car camping a little bit smoother and a little bit more comfortable. On that same note, I'm planning some longer road trips for this summer, but I'm planning to do a road trip up to Montana and then out to the Pacific Northwest and then back down through Idaho sometime this summer, and I'm really excited about that. So if you are interested in following along that road trip adventure, click the subscribe button. You can also go to my website and sign up for my newsletter if you'd like. The plan is to put out a newsletter weekly and then probably to do a video every other week so I can just spread out my time a little bit more. Those are some of my plans that I wanted to share because I'm really excited about them, and I'm really excited to go on some adventures this summer. A lot of exciting things coming up over the next few months. I'll be making some more books and adding them to my shop on my website, and just some other things that I'm working on. So all of that is coming. Still thinking a lot about productivity and how I can move towards the goals that I want, but do it in a sustainable way that I don't burn myself out. Because who wants to do that? I don't really know how to end this video. How do I end this video?